Mashle. 今ナルコムパスをあのガキ叩き落としたビタンテ。やっとる。初めて見た魔法の杖を。
Mashle. This was absolutely, unequivocally incredible. I hate coming on and putting anime in a box because the reality is these days anime really aren't in a box anymore. They're not even in like 2 or 3 categories. They're like in 8 categories. And in Mashle's case, it is, I would definitely put it in the shonen box, but it's also fantasy. It's also school. It's also magic. It's also comedy. It's also action. Also fantasy, right? So it fits in like a ton of different categories. But I think at its core, I think it's shonen. And because it's shonen, I think it could be very well compared to anime like Black Clover, like My Hero Academia, like One Piece, like Naruto, like Bleach. And the reason that I say that is because I think that this is like A1 Pictures at their finest. Like this was a incredible episode 1. It's probably one of the best episode 1s that I've seen, honestly, since I saw the first episode of like My Hero Academia or the first episode of Black Clover. I'm a big Black Clover fan, so I'll probably mention that a couple of different times here throughout the review, throughout the Should You Watch video. And I'm gonna tell you off the cuff, I think you should watch this. I think this was just like incredible. And if you're familiar with the channel, then you know me that I can be very critical, right? And if you're not familiar with the channel, what's up? I'm Dom. Make sure you hit the like button. Throw me a subscribe. Definitely appreciate that if you're not already. But like I review anime on a weekly basis, and I watch a lot of anime. Like I watch, at minimum I cover 8 to 10 anime a week, a season, but I cover them weekly. So that's like a lot, right? I almost have a review for an anime almost daily. And just throughout the time I've been on the channel, or the time I've had the channel, right, I've done like over 1,000 anime reviews. So like I watch a lot of anime, and I can be very critical towards the things that I don't like. I have nothing bad to say about Mashle episode 1, and that honestly, it rarely happens. Like it rarely happens where I can't find like something, or usually I'm like, I'll come on and be like, should you watch this? Yes. But, if you don't want to watch this, it's because, you might find this annoying, or you might not like what they did here or this, right? I think they knocked it out of the park this episode with episode number 1 of Mashle Magic and Muscles. I think they just knocked it out of the park, and it was just an incredible ride. If I were to kind of really dig deep in here and really find one reason not to watch it, I think the only thing that I can come up with factually is you don't like shonen anime. You don't like My Hero. You don't like Black Clover. You don't like Bleach. You don't like Naruto, One Piece. Basically, those fairy tales, those anime that they do similar, very different, but they all do similar things. Like if you don't like shonen anime, that's your one reason to not watch this. And I know there's plenty of folks out there who, they dig deeper into the anime pool with, romance or slice of life and stuff like that. I love those anime too. You guys know here I'm a big romance anime fan. But like I would say, that'd be the only reason to not watch this, because it's very shonen. So that's my one reason to not watch. Otherwise, there's nothing here that says don't watch it. I think this is incredible. So, the episode really, it takes place in what they call the magic realm. And I've recently completed, a couple months ago, in January, I think it was, I completed a game recently called Hogwarts Legacy. Incredible game. I would put it in Masterpiece class if you're a Harry Potter fan. And I love Harry Potter. And this anime gave me all the Harry Potter vibes. People on brooms, magic, wands, society based around magic, hierarchy in society based off magic. Those things all existed in the Harry Potter world. And then, I should say the Hogwarts world. And then you have different fantastical beasts and things like that. Here so far we saw dragons. I'm sure we're going to see more things that come up as the anime kind of opens up and things like that. But I was like, wow, this is giving me really, really strong Harry Potter, very strong Hogwarts vibe. Then I saw the opening. The OP is killer. And the opening, I was like, this is Black Clover. It looks that way, right? It looks like this is Black Clover. This is. It gave me Bleach vibes. You know how Bleach, they really rock music and stuff. Black Clover does it too, but like this gave me Black Clover vibes, and because I'm a Black Clover fan, I was like, yeah, this is it. And then it was even more accentuated when we find out that Mash or Mashle, whichever you guys want to call him, that he's a magicless, that he's buff and powerful, and that he can stop magic in some way, shape, or form. We found that out later on, where he was able to basically slap a magic spell that could destroy a dragon. He just slapped it away like it was like a little fly buzzing him around. He slapped it away. And again, these are all very Asta vibes that I got from Black Clover. And the other piece is society views magicless in this anime. They get rid of them. So, and when it sounds like they don't have power or influence, no, they get rid of them. So I just like, oh, that's incredible. As opposed to like Black Clover, to where like the magicless, they're few and far between. They exist, and they just don't live as great lives. But they don't like, here it's like they're gone. So I was like, oh, that's incredible. So again, all of this is like, oh, this is really good stuff. Then we find out that Mashle basically has been training nonstop all the time, and there definitely is something special about him. His eyes indicate to us that he might have like null resistance, or he might be the opposite of magic, and I'm sure we'll find out more as the anime goes on in time, that he probably has null or some type of resistance towards magic, because it's very, it's not common or normal to be able to touch, control magic, especially if you don't have any, just slap it away. So he's probably very magic resistant, similar to how like Asta was. He might be like the opposite, the yang to the yin of magic. So I'm sure we'll learn more about that. And the indication I got is based off of his eyes. It really showed us that, like, yeah, this guy, he's just simply built different. And built different, he absolutely is. He is built physically. He's physically able. He has the power of like a crazy amount of power to just basically like grab nickels and dimes and just crush them in his hand. Extremely powerful. And then we add that extra element that's going to make him unique throughout the story upon physical prowess like never before seen. He's going to also have this opposite to the magical stuff too. For the rest of it, we found out that there's marked and unmarked. We found out that he was abandoned, which is why I say all this. His dad has been raising him. His dad struggled through life quite a bit, not being a monolith, but, having very low mana. And at the end of the episode, we have him agreeing to go to school to go and take down what do they call it? The chosen one, essentially. And that's his mission by this Brad guy that we end up meeting in the episode. And he did this deal with this Brad guy to essentially keep his dad safe, and also to go explore the world and do things that he wasn't privy to be able to do before. So, and also the ED is really silly. I really like the ED, and the ED also shows us that he's going to have a very close female friend as well. So that'll be definitely interesting. So overall, Mashle, Magic and Muscles, I think absolutely nailed episode number 1. I think this was a killer episode 1. Like, this is what you would call like a like killer app. You know how people refer to that as like the killer app? Like, if Sony, PlayStation, or Nintendo, for Nintendo it's like Breath of the Wild, for PlayStation it's like Spider-Man, right? Like, that's like their killer app. Like, that's the thing that sells consoles. This is what would sell you on watching this anime. Like, this would sell Crunchyroll subscriptions. You know what I mean? Like, just them having this alone, I think it's that good. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode down in the comments below. Let me know if I should watch this every single week. I'm determining what I watch this season based off of your guys' reactions and engagement, likes, comments, all that stuff to the video. So if you want me to cover this every week, let me know in the comments. And of course, I will see you on the next video in spring. Peace.